Well, local school districts are now in full swing of distance learning. Central New York schools won't open until the earliest April 15th. The governor just announcing that this afternoon. We are joined via Skype now by the superintendent of the East Syracuse-Manoa School District, Dr. Donna Desiano, and I want to really say we appreciate you joining us tonight, Donna.
Good evening. It's great to be with you, and thank you for all that you're doing to educate our community about this very uncharted territory that we're in.
So we are just about, depending on which district you're in, we're just about almost 2 weeks into this here. How would you say overall, and I know you can really just speak for ESM, maybe you've talked to your colleagues, how it's been going in general so far?
In general, I would say, while this is a tremendous learning curve for all of us, I think that things are overall going well in the sense that it's not as though we had a year or 6 months or even a month or a week to prepare. We literally moved into this new territory, this traversed this new landscape within a 24 to 48 hour period for most districts. So having said that, I think the benefit for us is that we had moved to a Google Education platform approximately 5 years ago, so our students did have a good understanding within the classroom of how to use many of these devices, tools, apps, and strategies. Even with that, when you're beginning to use them and you're not right within the proximity of your teacher, that does become a challenge. And you know, we certainly both salute and praise our teachers and what they're doing, as well as our parents, because this is a whole new world for our parents who are trying to make this work from a distance as well.
What would you say, Donna, are the expectations for student learning just overall? I mean, I'm sure each district has their program as to what they put out for each student, but what do you hope that the kids are getting out of this? Obviously, it's not like a normal day, but you still want them learning.
Absolutely. It's, well, the State Education Department, we were each were required to submit 3 plans under the governor's executive order. One is a continuity of learning plan, the other is a child nutrition program plan, and the third was child care for healthcare workers and first responders. In the continuity of learning plan, it is clearly very spelled out by the State Education Department that we are expected to continue learning the New York State learning standards. So for us, on March 17, when we moved into distance learning and we were active and live that very first day, in order to ensure that you're meeting the 180-day requirement, you need to be continuing the learning. Now, it's also understood from what we learned from China and Italy and other places that when they did this, we have to monitor, we have to be pacing accordingly, and we have to be providing a network of support systems. So in addition to the teachers that are directly connecting with students, we also have a network of instructional support staff, counseling staff, and other staff members that are providing the supports needed for the student to engage in these types of platforms.
Maybe one more for you. How do we now, and I have to say I'm so proud of my 2 boys, 5th grader, 1st grader, and I know there are a lot of other kids. I mean, they are at their work, they are at their devices by the time I leave their house around 8:30 in the morning. So how do we keep this? It's still kind of new and different, fun a little bit, but how do we keep this going? Because they're still going to be doing this for a while longer.
I think it has to be through both creativity and engagement strategies. We're fortunate that in certainly our district, I think in many districts, we do have the capability of being live, just like we are tonight. And if that's the case, many of our teachers are making sure that that happens on a daily basis. The other is that we have to be creative and use that little bit of, whether it's a sense of humor, the little bit of curiosity, those kind of strategies that are going to really have students wanting to meet the challenge. In other words, learning really happens at its best when we're solving a problem. If we can give students a problem to solve, and then they have to use these various means of different areas of the New York State learning standards to solve that problem, they'll work hard at that because our students want to be successful. And then I think we also have to just remind ourselves that this is also about educating the whole child. So there's the whole aspect of the social emotional aspect, the taking a break from the screen and exercising and doing all the other things that physical education teachers are recommending right now in their lesson designs, all the other things that have to do with connecting with our families and taking time out for family time, and then for playtime, because we all need it.
All sorts of learning on all ages and levels and problem solving. ESM Superintendent Dr. Donna Desiato, I can't thank you enough for spending a few minutes with us tonight, and continued luck and success as we go forward in this new world of learning for the time being.
We're together in this, and we want to see our communities be healthy, and we want to see them continue to grow as a result of this. So thank you to all of you for all you're doing.
Thanks, Donna. Well, for all of you at home, make sure you stay up to date with the latest on the coronavirus anytime, anywhere with the News Channel 9 app. We have all sorts of information on there. Our team's dedicated a special section of our digital coverage to COVID-19, data from health departments, advice from doctors, and the impact the virus is having on central New York.